Well, we can speak now to the global affairs analyst Michael Bociurkiw, who is the senior fellow at the Atlantic Council think tank and who joins me now from Odesa. Hello to you, Mr. Bociurkiw. Thank you so much for joining us. You're in Odesa, which was attacked overnight. Where were you when this happened?
I was here in my flat in central Odesa. In fact, I'm just about 2 or 3 blocks away from Odesa port. But the attacks happened, as you know, over several hours all over Ukraine. Odesa was relatively quiet, but we did suffer from being hooked into the national grid. Hence, there were a lot of power outages today here. And interestingly, today, also, when I walked by the Odesa port, which is part of that Black Sea Grain Initiative, zero activity. It didn't look like they had power there. So that was an interesting observation, as well as lack of traffic lights, shopkeepers taking out diesel generators after putting them away several days ago. One more quick point from what I observed today. I mean, people look very, very sad because as of yesterday, after several days calm, it was felt like life had returned to normal, and then this huge, massive attack happened.
So how safe do you think people feel now? There must be a strong sense of anxiety.
There is, but on the other hand, I think people have got used to this. We're into it well over a year now. Many people do go to their bomb shelters, but there are huge disruptions. For example, schools that don't have bomb shelters, they have to close down when the air raid sirens go off. And in the past while, these air raid sirens have lasted several hours. So massive disruptions. And also, I'm thinking about the millions of Ukrainian refugees who were planning on coming back here. When they see this sort of news, it may deter them a bit longer from coming back.
You mentioned the grain initiative. So this is the deal that was signed and brokered by Turkey and the UN last year to allow grain to leave from Odesa, the Black Sea Grain Initiative. That's got to be renewed in under 10 days' time. Where are we on that?
Well, as you know, the UN Secretary General was in Kiev the other day, and he was talking to the Ukrainians about the renewal of the deal. I think he probably needs to go to Moscow to convince them to renew that deal. You know, it boggles the mind that Russia has its signature on this deal, and yet they bomb critical infrastructure, power plants that power Odesa port. I can tell you that for the past 2 or 3 days, there's only been one bulk carrier there. It's called the Odesa. It came from Egypt. And there are about 5 ships waiting on the horizon. So there's some kind of bottleneck either here because of the power or in Istanbul, where Russian inspectors are accused by Ukraine of delaying clearance of ships headed from Ukraine via Istanbul to world markets.
OK, we have to leave it there. Thank you very much for speaking to us. That's Michael Bociurkiw from